Hi everyone, my name is Tina Fowler. I'm the admissions specialist for Mercy College of Ohio. Mercy College is a regionally accredited school. Main campus is located in Toledo, Ohio, and we have our location here in Youngstown on the St. Elizabeth Youngstown Hospital campus, just about a mile from Youngstown State University. I'm happy to be with you today. I must tell you that this is very challenging for me, my first time ever doing a video college fair conference or career day. Last year I was lucky enough to be able to travel and visit with students all the way from middle school through high school and even at college fairs where there were thousands of different colleges. Today I'm going to just be presenting information to you from the campus here at St. Elizabeth's in Youngstown. Our Mercy College of Ohio campus here includes classrooms and skills labs. So before I get started with information about our college and in general healthcare careers, I'd like to give you a quick view of what one of the rooms that you would be taking classes in if you decided to go into healthcare fields. And we're going to talk a lot about what the different options are, but I can tell you one thing for sure. The things that students always say they enjoy about our school is the hands-on learning. You're up on your feet. You're not only going to be sitting in lectures, hearing instructors give you great information, but you're also then going to take that information, get up on your feet, start practicing on mannequins that have regular heart rates, irregular heart rates, pneumonia, have normal blood pressures, irregular blood pressures, and a lot of things that you'd experience with a real person. You'll get practice on our mannequins in our skills lab. So let me give you a quick view. While I do that, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the fields that if you started studying in maybe an STNA, healthcare associate, you would be spending hours in a skills lab very similar to what I'm showing you. This is a mannequin that's actually connected to a computer system and allows instructors to set up scenarios like normal heart rates, maybe even a person who's going into cardiac arrest or arrhythmias. This is the actual classroom setting where students sit, get their instruction, and then that same day they're going to be up on their feet. We have a pediatric mannequin. We have a crash cart over there. And of course our skeletons, so you can learn all the bones and the parts of the body. There are many devices that our classroom uses to help students get comfortable with their field of study. I want to tell you a little bit about the big overview, the big picture, something I didn't know of when I was in grade school and high school. Healthcare fields are extremely very rewarding because you have time with a patient, patients' families. You're helping people, whether you're working in direct patient care right in the room with the patient, or if you're working maybe in patient accounting, looking at medical records, making sure that they're coded correctly, making sure that billing has all the correct information. You know that there's a person at the other end that you're helping. There's not many other fields like that. One of the things that I'd like to expand on is another area that I didn't have any idea existed when I was in school. I knew I loved math. I knew I loved science. Well, not always science, not earth science so much, but I loved biology. I loved looking in the microscope. I love seeing things that you couldn't see with your eye, but when you put them under that microscope, you can see something, some life in there. So let's talk a little bit about that. If you like math, if you like biology, if you like science, And you want to think about what type of job. People will always ask you that. What type of job do you want to do when you get older? Healthcare has hundreds of different jobs. Everything from what I've already talked about, the patient accounting, maybe finance. Oh, now you're hearing an ambulance outside. So that might even be an EMT, a paramedic. You might go into the laboratory side of it like I did because I love looking under microscopes. There's medical laboratory techs, there's x-ray techs, there's physical therapists, and of course, there is the nursing side, which I'm going to expand on a little bit. There's, of course, being a doctor. Every job has its level of schooling that's needed, or training, or hands-on training, and that's what I want to talk to you a little bit about. There are two different paths you can take. And probably more, you could divide them up into more, but the big picture is you're either going to be a student who's interested in heading into a college or university to get training or spend some time being educated, no matter what field you want to go in. But there's also another fantastic area that's more hands-on, vocational, career school, tech schools, training where you get a certificate, and those types of jobs are very much needed also. You might do an apprenticeship. They're very great fields to get into, but I'm going to stress to you, you spend more time at your job every day than you spend anywhere else in your lifetime. So be sure to think about, as you're in 7th or 8th grade, what subjects do I like? What do I like to do? If you're not sure, you can talk to someone you trust, someone who's helped you through the years, and ask them what they think your favorite subject is. And then be ready, because they're going to ask you what is your favorite subject. And sometimes people will laugh. I get this from students a lot. I love gym. Well, maybe you want to be a physical therapist, or a physiatrist. That's a physical, a person who does physical therapy as a doctor. You can be a physical therapy assistant, which is a 2-year college degree. Or you can go on and get your master's in school and become a licensed physical therapist. There are also exercise science majors who love being active and doing physical exercising. And of course, in your school system, you probably have a physical exercise instructor that conducts your gym classes and gives you those types of experience, along with coaching and physician assistants who end up on the sidelines helping people in sports and athletics. There's just such a wide variety of things that you can do. When someone says to me, laughs and kind of giggles, my favorite subject is gym, I have an answer for them. Along with that, there are jobs within the health science fields, healthcare fields that focus on, I ask students, do you like video games? Do you like hands-on? Do you like computers? Do you like technology? Every one of the machines that you saw when I did that little turnaround here of the classroom, all machines have to be calibrated. That means they get tested regularly and they get a little checkoff each year to make sure that they're functioning properly for patient safety and staff safety. And they also get checked to make sure that they're giving the correct results and the right numbers when they're being used. And those are the little machines that you saw here. Even, for example, this machine here, the IV machine that you saw, the IV pulse, oh gosh, there's so many. EKG machines, X-ray machines, MRIs, everything needs to be checked by the biomedical engineers within, they're professionals and they work within the hospital setting. That's a great field to get into because it's another field where you can start with maybe a 2-year college degree, an associate degree at a college that offers that subject, and then you can go get a great job and then go on for additional training. Sometimes your employer might even help you with tuition assistance. Not very common in other fields, but very common in healthcare fields because it's very advantageous. That means it's a positive for them to have you enjoy learning, and they're going to give you some tuition assistance money to maybe help you continue to do that. Healthcare is one of those fields where you're learning something new every day. I'm an admissions specialist for Mercy College. Our college, Mercy College of Ohio, offers programs that focus on healthcare fields. And as of today, right now, what you're seeing, I'm learning something totally new. And that's what I love about my job. With each person that I meet and each student has questions, every time they ask me a question, I learn something new. And that's what I absolutely love about my job. That's one of the things that I see that's very strong and very powerful in the healthcare fields. Real quick, I'm going to go around the table. I'm going to kind of show you the setup I use when I do actually go to a college fair or a career day. I bring my Mercy College of Ohio table cover so everybody knows where I'm from. I bring along my little signs that do a real quick summary of the different programs we offer. You'll see I have one for the Youngstown campus, I have one for online learning, and I have one for our Toledo campus. So let me talk a little bit more about Mercy College. We offer our number one field is going to be, our number one program is going to be an associate degree in nursing. A lot of people don't know you can become an RN, a registered nurse, by completing a 2-year associate degree in nursing. Your other option is to go to college for 4 years. Both graduates of nursing, a licensed or accredited nursing program have the ability to take a license exam. It's called the Nclex, and that's kind of interesting because I never heard that word till I came to work for Mercy College. It's Nclex, and that's the license exam that indicates that your registered nurse who would be taking care of you or anyone that you know of who's going to a doctor's office or in a hospital, she is licensed, she is a professional, that she or he knows a certain amount of information, then the exam makes sure that your nurse RN is qualified, and they have to renew those licenses every year. But a 2-year degree in our school enables our students to take the Nclex, and with that they pass their Nclex, they're a registered nurse, and they can go get a good job, a good salary. And if they decide to go back to school and get a bachelor's degree, then they take the next step in training, in schooling, and they take their RN to BSN classes. And those are all nursing classes online. And then say that they love nursing and they want to go back to school to become a nurse manager or work in a leadership capacity, then they can go on for a Master's of Science in nursing and focus on leadership. Say that they love children and they want to become a nurse practitioner, then they go back to school for a graduate degree to be a nurse practitioner. So in nursing, there are steps that people complete in training, and then they get licensed in various fields. There is the same type of step-by-step learning that goes on in X-ray technology. X-ray techs start out with a 2-year associate degree. Mercy College doesn't offer it, but there's a lot of great schools that do. If you're interested in the anatomy, if you're interested in the bone structure and doing diagnostic testing, there's lots of options within X-ray tech fields. They do 2 years at a college and get certified as X-ray technicians in a general way. And then they can go back and get certified by taking different classes, and this one talks about women's health imaging, or maybe they want to do quality assurance and imaging quality and safety. They can become certified in MRI, that the machines that are used to take an MRI, and then computer topography. There's a lot of different specific fields that an X-ray tech can go into. And then say they want to go back to school and get their bachelor, we have an online completion that allows them to go back to school, get their bachelor's, and take online classes, which are most convenient if you're someone who's out there working every day. You don't have to go to a college campus, but you could just go home, have a great dinner, sit down and do your online classes. I know that many of you have experienced that these past few months, and I give you lots of credit. It's not always easy to make a big change like that, but I know that as we're doing it, we're learning so much. But you'll know if it's a type of program you like, or if you're the person who'd rather be sitting in a classroom. That's coming back, I can guarantee it, and you'll have so many options if that's something that you're interested in. You just have to find the school that's the right fit, find the program that works best for you. Go visit either the school or the training area or the location where those jobs are located, because you need to know whether or not it's something that you're going to enjoy. We do have online programs for people who are more interested in helping on the, let's say, the office side of healthcare. The jobs that include direct patient care, like nurses and doctors and X-ray techs and respiratory therapists and physical therapists, that's direct patient care. This is not direct patient care, but you still are helping our patients. Medical coding is 1 year. Then you can take the next step. If you love this, you can go into health information technology, maybe work in a doctor's office or medical records at a hospital. That's a 2-year associate degree. If you really like that and you want to become the director of medical records, or you want to manage a doctor's office, you can go into healthcare administration. And say that you really enjoy that and you want to become a vice president of medical administration, you would take this master's. A lot of our leaders in the healthcare field have either a master's or a PhD, which is a doctorate level training. There are many other fields, maybe surgical techs. We have an ophthalmology assistant who works in an eye doctor office. Explore. It is so fun to explore. You can just Google healthcare opportunities and you will be amazed at the different areas that you can be a part of. And even someone who says, I don't want to work, I don't like sick people, I don't want to be around them. We have a whole IT team that covers all 3 of our campuses, St. E's, St. Joseph's, and St. Elizabeth's in Boardman. So what I'd like to say is find out what your gifts are. What do you love doing? Maybe there's subjects that you really enjoy and other ones that you have to work really hard at. Think about what you really do enjoy. Think about, take a look at what is out in the world and what you might enjoy doing. Anyone who works as an admissions specialist like I do at any college is going to be thrilled, either that or even in high school, your guidance counselor. They're going to be thrilled to help you decide on what direction you want to go. I do just have a few maybe tidbits of information. Number one, if you're thinking about healthcare fields, you probably want to look at taking a high school level chemistry, and it's a great way to see if the health sciences is going to be a field for you. A lot of students tend to avoid that subject. But I can tell you this from personal experience, it's way better to take a chemistry class in high school than to take it in college for your first time. So check into that. The other idea that I have is, while you're in high school, you may not be loving your classes very much. I've known a lot of very smart, very skilled students, both in grade school and high school, and your teachers will tell you, other people will tell you, wow, that's amazing. And our students tend to not remember those things. So be very in tune, try to be in tune with that. And as you go through high school, if you're struggling, I can tell you that college or maybe a field that you are able to use hands-on and build things and create things, it'll be a totally different experience for you. Just be careful if you do walk onto a college campus, and know that your grade point average is extremely important when you're going to school on the college level or for a job in a vocational school. It's the #1 tool that employers will use, or other colleges will use, to determine how well you're doing. It's impossible to interview everyone and get the feeling for how smart they are or how good they'll be at a program. So we tend to often look at that number, grade point average. And I know you have it in high school, and sometimes it's not always true to how well a student can do. But once you get into college, that GPA, your grades are going to follow you the rest of your life. I work with a lot of students who started college and didn't know what they wanted to do and just quit going. That's a very dangerous thing to do, because maybe 5 years down the road, you're going to discover, after taking care of your grandma or someone in your life that had health challenges, you really want to be a nurse. If you walked away from your first college classes, then we're still going to look at those grade point averages, right? And so I just want to caution you, if you do start college, be sure to follow the policies that they have. Even in a vocational school, you may decide it's not for you, but go talk to someone at that school and let them know that you need to take time off, and make sure that you fill out the paperwork or the forms and give yourself that time, rather than just walk away. That's one of the biggest things that people have learned, and one thing I see a lot. So with that, I'd like to wish you the best. I'd like you to contact me if you're having any questions about, should I go to school, should I go here, what about this job? That's what we do as admissions specialists. I love to help even with questions outside of my college, because there's just so many choices these days and so many wonderful fields to go into, areas to study. You can find my contact information at our website on www.mercycollege.edu. Each of these program sheets, and even if you're thinking, oh, I want to go into business, what are those fields like? Any college that you're thinking about going to has a program sheet that details admission requirements, prereq courses that you need. ACT scores are on here. Those are probably how we decide whether or not you're ready to start in the nursing program. And every program has what they call a program sheet that details the information. Also, and mine are online, ours are also online, but the other beautiful thing you'll find is, what does a person do with this degree, and how much money would they make if they wanted that job? Where would they start? What's about the salary? What does it cost to go to school? That's all that information's online, but it is really fun to talk to someone at the school and go visit the school, or any school, vocational school, tech school, college, because you'll get a feel for whether or not that's the way you want to go. And I wish you the best. Thanks again. My name's Tina. I'm with Mercy College of Ohio. I'm the admissions specialist, and I appreciate your time.